Hello YouTubers, how is everybody doing today? It's the J-Rex here, and today we're going to be talking about, I feel like it's a very important discussion, and I feel like I have to talk about this. Because apparently 75% of Americans go through this. So this is a crisis. Literally most Americans are struggling with this epidemic. And this epidemic is loneliness. Apparently 75% of Americans struggle with loneliness, and that is terrible. That is terrible. That's a very high number. Very high, and that it's insane that so many Americans, pretty much all Americans struggle with this, and like nobody acknowledges it, nobody talks about it. It's kind of like that social stigma that nobody talks about, because if you talk about it, I guess you're seen in negative light. Like, oh, why are you talking about loneliness? Like, are you lonely yourself? Is there something wrong with you? Like, are you, like, not right in the head that you're lonely? Are you a loner? You got no friends? So, yeah, just people just don't want to talk about it because of just the negative stigma that comes with it. So, why are most Americans lonely? Why are 75% of Americans lonely? And if they are, like, I mean, just why? We have to talk about this, and we have to do something about it, because loneliness is linked to like a lot of bad things. It's linked to, like, you know, just a lot of various diseases. It's linked to depression, anxiety, and just ultimately suicide if it doesn't get taken care of. So why are Americans depressed? Or why are Americans lonely? Now, I had to do a video on this. I have to do a video on this because most people, when they do a video on loneliness, like why are Americans lonely, they always just, oh, it's technology's fault. It's because of cell phones. It's because of Facebook. That's why people are so lonely. That's why people are so depressed and alone. And I get frustrated listening to those videos because I'm like, dude, that's not the reason why Americans are lonely. We've had technology since the beginning of millennia. We've always had technology ever since we were cavemen, ever since we built the first fire. We made our first fire. You know? Like, oh, unga bunga, oh, fire, oh, unga, fire, good, wheel, good. Technology. Good. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, so it's not technology. So it really frustrates me when that's all professionals talk about. It's technology's fault. No, it's not technology. There's a deeper reason why Americans are lonely and depressed. And what is that reason? I think the reason, personally, is society itself. The American culture, the American society itself is the reason why Americans are so lonely. When you think about it. So, I mean, I blame the culture. It's the culture and the society. That's why everything's all fucked up. So, I'll give an example. When we're kids, when we were brought up as kids, we were always taught by our school system, our family, our parents, friends, do not talk to strangers. Strangers are evil people. If you talk to a stranger, they will probably do evil things to you, and they will probably kidnap you and murder you and bury your body at Camp Crystal Lake or something. I'm over exaggerating a little bit, but yeah. So as soon as we're kids, they already beat it into our heads. Don't talk to strangers. Like that random person you're talking to at Walmart, they might potentially possibly be a serial killer, and they will kidnap you and kill you and do various bad things to you. So do not talk to strangers because they are probably serial killers. So so we already, as we grow up, we already have it in our heads, don't talk to people because people are bad. So we already grow up in this twisted state, this distorted reality that people are just inherently bad people. And it continues into adulthood. It continues into adulthood. So then we grow up because we grow up and we don't talk to people because we think they might be a serial killer, or we think they might be a bad person, and we don't talk to them because we think that they think that we might be a bad person to them, and we don't want to face rejection, you know? It's like, it's a horrible feeling, and this especially applies to American men. Like, American men have this image that if you are friendly, and if you talk to somebody and ask them how their day is doing, you are automatically deemed like suspicious. Like, people are suspicious of you. They're thinking, what is a grown man just doing? Just talking to random various people? Why is he talking to that woman? Is he trying to get in her pants? Is he trying to rape her? Is he trying to do something to her? Like, when a man is friendly to people, people are just suspicious of that man, and they think that man is up to no good. Like, why is he being so friendly to everybody? He must be up to no good. He must have some hidden agenda. So, men just, rather than dealing with that fucking bullshit from being labeled, by being labeled with prejudice by people, instead of putting up with that, they'd rather I'm just not going to talk to anybody, and I don't have to worry about anybody labeling me or being suspicious of me, thinking I'm up to no good. I'm just not going to talk to people. I don't have to worry about that. So, just men are at a disadvantage. And also, in our culture, they beat it into our head. You have to be independent. You have to be strong. If you are lonely, that's a sign of a weakness. That's a sign that you're vulnerable. That's a sign that you're a loser because you're vulnerable and you care about somebody other than yourself. And that just, people think that I care about this person, I want to call them. They think that's a sign of a weakness. So instead of acknowledging that they care about somebody, they'd rather just shut themselves down and just not talk to anybody. And just hold themselves up. I hear this from people all the time. They'll be talking like, why hasn't my friend called me in weeks? Who cares anyway? I don't need him anyway. I don't need him anyway. I don't need anybody. Like, whatever, if they don't want to talk to me, fine, I don't care. But like, obviously you do care because you keep talking about that person. So why do you keep telling yourself you don't care? Because you're trying to pretend that you're strong and independent, when in actuality you're hurting inside and you miss that person and you want to talk to them because you care about them. Society continues to beat into your head, be strong, be independent, you don't need anybody. Like, who cares? You don't need anyone. So, yeah, and if you do need somebody, you're weak and vulnerable. And you're a wuss. Okay? And I could go on. And also the fact that our society our society just dictates. If you are a chatty person and you like talking to people, you enjoy happiness from connecting with other people, if you enjoy that, you are probably annoying. Like, look at our media, look at our culture. They always stereotype that chatty person that likes to talk to people. They always stereotype him as this or her. They always stereotype him or her as that annoying person, that annoying neighbor that keeps coming over to your house and, you know, what, trying to have a neighborhood get together. They always depict that chatty neighbor that comes to check up on you to see if you're doing okay. They always stereotype him or her as that annoying neighbor that you just can't stand. And they always depict that in media. So people get exposed to that media, and they think, oh, okay, so if I want to talk to people, if I'm chatty, if I want to be social and connect with other people, I'm annoying, I'm a nuisance to society, so it's best if I just don't do that and just shut up and be quiet and don't talk to anybody and be that good little boy, little girl that society wants me to be. It's programming. It's all programming. All of this garbage, all of this junk gets programmed into our heads at a young age. And then what do we end up growing up to be? We end up growing up to be these lonely, depressed, middle-aged Americans that have no friends, no family, nothing. And we've abandoned everything because society told us that's what we're supposed to do, because if we otherwise do something different, we are branded as possibly a rapist, a serial killer, a bad person with a hidden agenda, somebody suspicious, annoying, a nuisance. All of these bad things get put onto us if we try to talk to other people. Like, for Christ's sakes, you can literally go to jail now for talking to people. You can literally, if you talk to somebody and they can deem you a stalker, they can deem you a potential rapist, they can deem you sexual harassment. They're like, you can literally just say hi to somebody and there's just so many things they could just put against you and land you in jail. Like, Jesus Christ, like, guys are literally like getting arrested now, going to jail for hugging a woman. Like, you can't even hug a person, for Christ's sakes, without going to jail. Like, this is the kind of fucked up society that we live in now. We can't even talk or hug somebody without going to jail for it. This is ridiculous. This is utter insanity. We live in a very sick society. We live in a very sick society, and our whole reality is just warped and twisted into something that is not in touch with the human spirit. And it's driving people insane. 75% of Americans struggle with loneliness. So, something, like I said, it has to be done. And I could go on and on. I feel like men have it the worst. We got it the worst. Like, I can't tell you how many times people have called me gay because I missed my bro friends. Like, I missed my bro friends and I wanted to talk. This is another reason. I wanted to talk. I miss my bro friends and I want to talk to them or something. Or I don't know, I miss them or something. I miss them and I want to be with them. And then my other guy friends will be like, or it'll be girls, like girls or guys, just, they'll be like, are you gay or something? Are you gay? Are you like a homosexual? Like, why are you like that? Like, you're so sensitive and feminine because you care about somebody other than yourself. And I'm just like, okay, alright then, I guess I'm not supposed to do that. I guess I'm just supposed to pretend like I don't give a shit about my bros, and I'm just gonna sit here and pretend like I guess I gotta sit here and pretend I don't give a shit about anybody. I don't give a shit about them. I don't give a shit about them. I don't give a shit about them. I only give a shit about myself, because if I give a shit about anybody else other than myself, if I actually care about my bros, if I actually want to see my bros, I am gay. I'm potentially gay. So it sucks. It sucks. So everybody is just going through this crisis of loneliness, and it sucks. It blows donkey testicles. So if you agree with me, feel free to leave a comment. I want to keep this video under 20 minutes. Share me your opinions. Tell me how you feel. Thank you everybody for watching. But something has to be done about this. Something has to be fixed. But we live in a sick society, and something has to be done. But thank you everybody for watching. Peace. If you agree with me, go ahead. Disagree with me, go ahead. Leave a comment. Share your views. Tell me how you feel. Thank you for everybody for watching. Peace.